Hello, welcome back to the model bench. So on this episode I am going to be doing the lifeboats. I've already done some of the back ones, but I'm going to show you how I did them. So I'm going to I have basically the front, both sides to do. I've already painted my lifeboats. I have them all ready. I'll put a link down below to a previous video showing you how I did that, and I'll show you my lifeboats now in 1 second. So obviously the lifeboats are an important part of the Titanic because, you know, the argument still rages on, was there enough lifeboats, was there not enough lifeboats, were they sent off half full? You know, you've got all that kind of surrounding the lifeboats. I think, you know, when people look at your model of the Titanic, their eyes obviously always drawn to the lifeboats. So the ones I have are the KA lifeboats. I'll show you them now. So these are my KA lifeboats. As I said earlier, some of them I've already installed, but you can see there what I've done in preparation. I've just numbered every lifeboat, and I've made a diagram of where they all go. These are the two boats that hang off the side that are ready to be dropped in case, you know, man overboard or whatever. And what you have to remember with these is it's this side that faces out to the sea, and it's got the Titanic nameplate. The reason they put the Titanic nameplate out on the, you know, the side of the sea is because it will stop souvenir hunters from taking them off. So on the other side then it says Liverpool, and it also has that little diagram there. Has the how many people the lifeboat will hold. So obviously you want to be able to read that on the inside. So that's just remember that when you're putting on your decals. So I have them all numbered, as you can see, and then I have a diagram ready to go. These are the davits. Again, I have them all prepared, have them all numbered, where they have to go exactly. So just be very careful when you're doing them. I just find lay out everything, label everything, just have it as organized as possible, because you'd be surprised how easy it is just to get mixed up. And obviously the winches here, they go on the inside of the ship, and then you've got your little ropes hanging off here. You can see there just the little ropes and the little pulleys hanging off, and they go into the ship. So here we have a rough diagram of the ship and the layout of each of the boats. So you can see, like, you know, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then you've got your 2 collapsibles and then your 2 hanging from the sides. 1 and 2 are the hanging from the sides. So it's just good, you know, to lay them out that way, so when you put the decals on your boat, on your lifeboats, that you're going to have them in the right direction or right location. So you can see here I'm going to do the port side, and you can see here it's 8, 6, 4 and 2. They're the boats that I need. They're going to go here. 8, 6, 4. I've already got 2 in place, so I just need 8, 6 and 4. So here are my 3 lifeboats. So we've got 8, 6 and 4. So I found the best way to do this is you obviously want to get the lifeboat, you know, at equal distance either side. So I found the best way is to glue these in place, get, you know, the equal distance here and here. Then when you do the next one, again, don't worry if it doesn't sit, but again, equal distance. You know, you don't want to end up with something like that. So by doing something like that, you can see they're nice and even. So I would glue them in place first, something like that. Something like that. So once they're all glued in place, they're nice and secure, I then go in and I put the davits on you know, and then you've got something, you know, secure to drop the little pulleys into. A little bit of CA glue in there, and then drop it in, but I'll show you how to do that. Also, just be aware when you are sticking on your lifeboats, make sure you get them level long ways as well, you know. So once you're gluing them in, just make sure that they're all, as I say, nice and even, nice and symmetrical, and then nice and straight along here as well. Once they're dry, then we can go in and put in the davits. Okay, so we'll get them glued into place. So as I said, I am using the KA Lifeboats. So you can see here are the instructions for the forward part of the ship. So the way they've broken it down is basically I need davit number 38, 40, 40, 36, 34, and then boats, I need lifeboats on either number 40, 48, 48, I think 48, 48, yeah, and then obviously 46 hanging over the side there. So again, just really take your time. It can be a little bit confusing just trying to work out everything, but I think if you just really take your time and just approach it kind of systematically, you should be fine. So yeah, so I can glue these 3 boats into place. Yeah, so it's 48, 48, 48. So I can glue them into place, and then we'll do the davits. So now I have those 3 lifeboats glued in place, all looking good and nice, all in a line. So that looks pretty good. Gonna let them dry, and we'll have a look at the davit place. So here you can see the davit placement that we the numbers we need. So we need number 38, 40, 40, and then 36 and 34. So as you can see, there are all my davits, all painted, ready to go. If I check the numbers, I have 36, 40, 40, 38 and 34. So again, I know those are the ones I need. All painted up really nicely. All the blocks and tackle, really nice, and the little winches at the back. So all looking good. So we can now glue them into place, fingers crossed. So there are the 3 lifeboats in place. They were fairly tricky actually, because unless you get the angles of these exactly right, they're not going to sit properly. I'm not even sure if I have the angles right now, but I'm happy enough, so I guess I'll just have to leave it. So those 3 are in place, all the davits are in place, they're nicely hanging there. I might just adjust a few of them, get the ropes looking a bit better. So now I've got to hang the, this boat from here, and again remember this side that has the little round kind of decal that shows the you know, the capacity of the lifeboat. Make sure that's on the inside, and we'll just try and hang it and clip it into place, and then a couple of drops of CA glue should do it, so fingers crossed. So there we have the boat hanging in place. I have a feeling it should be probably a little bit lower, but you know what, I'm going to leave it, because it would mean taking these off and lowering them a little bit more, just to have it maybe level with this top of this deck. But I think if I try and take these off, I'm just going to wreck it, you know, because they're stuck in place now. So sometimes it's better just to kind of know when you're quit while you're ahead. So I think it looks okay. As I say, it probably should be a little bit lower, but I'm happy enough. So I think we will yeah, move on to the other side and just call that one done. So pretty pleased with how they're turning out. All of this side now is done, all the lifeboats in place. I still have to just rig up some really delicate cord, kind of going from the pulley up to here, across, down. I've got some really nice really thin kind of thread to do that, so that'll be the next step. So here we go, the last side, last few lifeboats. This is just the rear lifeboats done in place. Happy enough with them. And also I should mention as well, I've also got to do the kind of lifeboat guards that go on the back. It's kind of like a grate goes along here, in there and in there for each of them. So I have them as well painted up, ready to go. But now we're going to do these here as well, and again I'm going to do it the same way, get the lifeboats in place and then do the davits. So that is all my lifeboats installed. As I say, they're probably not 100%, but yeah, very difficult. There's a lot of different parts. You know, you're relying on getting the angle of these right, you know, the placement of them, you know, the hang of the ropes, and very difficult. So I think my best advice to anybody doing them is, before you glue the long arms onto the bottom parts, just make sure you really have them, you know, perfect, and you know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, like I say, I'm just glad that's over. Yeah, they look really, really good. I'm very pleased with them anyway, you know. I think the main thing with everybody's model is just that you're happy yourself with it, you know. I mean, you can always improve, you can always do things better, but sometimes, you know, it just gets away from you. So yeah, pretty pleased they're done. As I say, I still have to do there's little kind of guardrails that go along the side of the lifeboats, and then I have to just do the ropes from the little winches up across and then back down. So I'll get on and do them. So these are the little kind of gates or barriers that go just this side of the lifeboats. So I'm going to install a set of them and I'll show you how they look. So I have the guardrails installed, as you can see. They're looking good. So now I am going to just install kind of little winches just either side of the davits, and there's one just either side, so I'll get along and do those. This is the thread I am going to use on the lifeboats. I've gone with a brown colour just to give a little bit of variation. I'll show you that now. So I think these come out really well. As I say, the brown colour just sets off a little bit different than having all black thread. So I've just brought it up to the davits along the top and then back down, and you can see now on these as well. And then on this boat here, it just comes over the side and goes through the windows. But yeah, very happy with these. Looking well, and I think the brown thread just, yeah, it's just a little bit of variation. So that is where I am at the moment. Lifeboats are done, pretty much. Really happy with them. So where I am at my model at the moment, where I stand, oh yeah, I added in the one of the little flags at the back. I just said I'd add that in now because the pole was rattling around. I was afraid it was going to get lost, so I said, right, in it goes. So very happy with that. I added a little bit of micro kind of thread to the back. Looks like a little rope. So where I'm at the moment is, you know, on my model is I've really just got obviously the rigging to do. I've got ladders to come up to the side of the masts. I've got the top rigging along between the two masts here. I've got obviously ladders to go to this mast here. Got some more rigging to come up here, and obviously just a lot of that kind of rigging. I've got some steps I need to just glue into place. Got a couple of little decals for the side. I've got the kind of pad eye and cleats under here to put on, and I've got the little tiny coaling doors, and then obviously all the benches and deck chairs. But I think I'm in the home straight. The vast majority of work is done. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I think once all the rigging's done, it's going to look fantastic. So this month it is a year since I started, so yeah, it's been a long old journey, but really happy with how it goes. Probably not 100%, but I don't think any model ever is. But for me, yeah, it's probably the biggest model kit I've ever built, so really pleased with at least it's still in one piece. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until next time, I'll talk to you then. Thanks for watching.